A lot of supplement brands chase trends, but if you're serious about your health, we know research-backed science is what actually moves the needle. Momentous works with the best brains in human science to create every formula, and every batch is made of pure ingredients, tested for safety, and does not contain fillers. So you get the best long-term results possible. Creatine isn't just for muscle gains, it's essential daily fuel for your brain, body, and long-term performance. Momentous CreaPure Creatine is backed by leading performance experts like Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Stacy Sims. Sourced exclusively in Germany, CreaPure sets the gold standard for creatine, delivering the purest form, creatine monohydrate, that's rigorously washed and never cut with fillers. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, over 112,000 customers have seen the results firsthand. With Momentous, the fundamentals are done right. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first subscription order with promo code ACAST. Go to livemomentous.com and use promo code ACAST for up to 35% off your first subscription order. That's livemomentous.com, promo code ACAST.
This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the latest phone with a new line on My Plan and a brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed, even on our lowest price plan. That's 2 gifts for your family and 1 for you. Or 2 for you and 1 for someone else. Or 3 gifts for you and only you. Either way, you save big on 3 amazing gifts at Verizon. All on the best 5G network. Visit Verizon today. Rankings based on Root Metric Root Score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Additional terms apply.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the latest phone with a new line on My Plan and a brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed, even on our lowest price plan. That's 2 gifts for your family and 1 for you. Or 2 for you and 1 for someone else. Or 3 gifts for you and only you. Either way, you save big on 3 amazing gifts at Verizon. All on the best 5G network. Visit Verizon today. Rankings based on Root Metric Root Score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Additional terms apply.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Toby.
And welcome to the Whispering Woods Extra. This extra is all about...
The CHENOO.
Yeah. Yes, so it's really similar to a Wendigo, but slightly different. And I thought we'd dive straight into this snowy, subterranean wilderness of beasts and cold and starvation and everything else. And it really makes you think, gosh, how difficult times were. For all the food security, you really did rely on your crops growing.
Yeah.
You know?
And all the diseases.
All the diseases, because there weren't a lot of good hygiene practices going on then. All sorts of stuff. You were lucky, really, if you made it into your 20s. Let's be honest.
Yeah. The lifespan wasn't as high as it is back then, now it is.
Life expectancy really wasn't. Right, we'll get straight into it. Are you ready for the story?
Yes, I am.
A bitter wind howled through the pines. in a lonely winter camp deep in the northern forest. A young Wabanaki woman huddles by a dying fire. Her husband has been gone since dawn, tracking game in the snow-bound wilderness. Dusk brings a silence until the trees crack under a sudden weight. Thud, thud. Footfalls heavy and slow approach the leather flap of the wigwam. The woman's breath catches. Through a gap in the hide, she glimpses a towering silhouette. It's not her husband. A ragged, haggard face glares in, eyes reflecting the firelight like an animal's. The creature's shoulders hunch to peer inside, and in the gloom she sees sharp fangs and patches of bare flesh where its lips should be. A foul stench of decay and winter gusts into the tent. She knows this horror from her grandmother's stories. CHENOO, a cannibal ice giant with a heart of ice. For an instant, terror roots her to the ground, but as the creature's clawed hand starts to lift the wigwam flap, the woman forces a smile onto her shaking face. "Grandfather?" she calls out warmly, voice only quavering a little. "Is that you? Come in, Grandfather." The giant pauses, its wolfish eyes narrow, suspicious, then almost softening at her words. Slowly, the CHENOO lowers its hand. In a rasping breath it answers, "Yes, granddaughter." The woman exhales, her heart pounding. Inviting the monstrous stranger in, she prays her ruse will tame its hunger. Stories like these have been told for generations among the Wabanaki peoples of the Northeast. The Mi'kmaq, Passamaquoddy, Penobscot, Maliseet, and their neighbours. The CHENOO, also called CHENOO or Kawakwa in various Algonquian languages, is a mythic man-eating ice giant, feared as one of the most dangerous evil spirits of the North. Comparable in some ways to the more widely known Wendigo of the Great Lakes region, the CHENOO is firmly rooted in the folklore of the Atlantic Northeast. It embodies the worst fate imaginable in an unforgiving land of long winters, the fate of a person who loses their humanity to hunger and cold. According to Wabanaki lore, the CHENOO was once human. In most tales, it is born out of dark deeds or evil forces. A person who committed the unforgivable, especially cannibalism, or who cruelly withheld food from a starving person, may become corrupted and cursed so that their heart turns to ice. Others are said to have been possessed by an evil spirit that slowly freezes their soul. Among the Penobscot and Passamaquoddy, one tradition holds that this punishment befalls those who break the deepest taboos during famines. When someone resorts to eating human flesh or refuses to share food in times of need, they invite a demonic transformation. Once the heart is chilled by evil, the person dies in spirit and is reborn as a CHENOO, an undying predator driven only by an unnatural hunger for human flesh. Cannibal ice giant is no mere metaphor. The CHENOO's physical form is grotesquely altered by the curse. Legends describe the creature as immense in size, sometimes growing as tall as the tallest pine tree whenever its anger is aroused. Yet it is also gaunt and skeletal, with frost-pale skin stretched over emaciated limbs, a gaping mouth full of jagged fangs, and frequently no lips at all. In some stories, it has chewed them off in ravenous hunger. Its body burns with a feverish heat from the curse, so much so that a CHENOO can only survive in the coldest climates. It shuns the warmth and dwells in perpetual snow and ice to cool its roasting veins. Whenever it ventures south, it keeps to the deepest winter woods or high mountains, avoiding any fire or warmth. The CHENOO's very heart is a lump of ice, often described as a small humanoid figure made of solid frozen stone, lodged in its chest or stomach. This icy heart is the source of its otherworldly strength, and also its greatest weakness. In addition to its monstrous appearance, a CHENOO carries an aura of primal terror. Its scream is said to kill. Numerous tales warn that the shriek of a CHENOO, a sound somewhere between a human scream and a winter wind, is so loud and awful that anyone who hears it up close drops dead from fright or their heart freezes in their chest. Hunters tell of hearing unearthly howls echoing in the distance on cold nights, and knowing that to investigate could mean death. Those who have encountered the creature and live describe an oppressive cold that accompanies it, an almost tangible chill in the air. You must also be aware the cunning of these monsters. CHENOO are not mindless beasts. They retain a wicked intelligence from their human past. In some stories, they even speak or mimic human voices to lure victims. And they are masters of their frozen domain. One reported trick of the CHENOO is to camouflage itself by coating its body in resin and rolling in leaves and pine needles, standing motionless among the trees until an unwary traveller passes by. A creature so huge and covered in debris might easily be mistaken for a mossy old spruce at first glance, until it moves. Even among cannibal spirits, CHENOO are exceptionally ferocious. Wabanaki lore paints them as eternally starving, driven to consume any living thing, but with a special craving for human flesh. They roam the winter woods hunting people, sometimes venturing to raid isolated villages or camps. Their appetite is never sated. One frightening trait is that a CHENOO actually grows in size the hungrier and angrier it gets, swelling from merely large to colossal as its bloodlust mounts. The more it eats, the more its power and rage seem to increase. In some traditions, a CHENOO can even grow stronger by devouring other CHENOOs, consuming the icy heart of a defeated rival to absorb its strength. One 19th century writer noted that a CHENOO warrior who manages to swallow the frozen soul of another becomes nearly unstoppable. Especially dreaded were female CHENOOs. Many legends insist the female is larger and more vicious than the male, often the dominant fighter in any encounters. If a male CHENOO is a terrifying foe, a female is sheer cataclysm, a more powerful and more frightful being altogether. Yet both are to be feared, and both exemplify the spiritual hunger that lies at the heart of the legend, a once human soul consumed by greed, rage, and winter's cruelty. Despite their might, CHENOO can be defeated. Wabanaki stories detail just how difficult that can be. You might hack a CHENOO to pieces and still find the frozen heart beating in the wreckage. It's said that there is no way to truly destroy one except by destroying its icy heart. Simply slaying the body is not enough. The heart must be melted or shattered to prevent the monster from rising again. Clever heroes have developed strategies. One method is to trick the CHENOO into eating something that will thaw its heart. For example, there are tales of offering the creature salt in its food, since even the most ancient Wabanaki knew that salt melts ice. One popular legend states that feeding a CHENOO salt will make its icy heart melt away, weakening or killing it from within. In other cases, people have prepared a powerful herbal medicine to force the CHENOO to vomit up the iced heart. Several stories recount how, once the CHENOO swallowed the medicine, it regurgitated a small figurine of ice, which a quick-thinking protagonist then snatched and threw onto the fire, melting the enchanted ice and thereby taming or killing the beast. Only by burning that icy heart or chopping it to slush can the monster's power be broken. Most encounters with a CHENOO in legend do not end well for humans. The creature's evil is almost absolute, and its hunger insatiable. Intriguingly, not all is hopeless. A few exceptional stories hint that even this devilish being was originally human, and perhaps not beyond reach. In rare cases, a spark of the person's former self remains trapped in the frozen heart, and kindness or courage can bring it back. The Wabanaki have long taught that courage and compassion are stronger than any curse. In a few legends, a human has been rescued from the frozen heart of a CHENOO, restored to their true form by love or bravery. Usually, however, such a redemption requires immense patience and peril on the part of the would-be rescuer. And even then, once someone has transformed into a CHENOO, their only true escape is death. Even in more modern times, stories of the CHENOO persist wherever dense forests and harsh winters overlap. While many chalk up sightings of ice giants to misidentifications of bears or to the rich imaginations of old-timers, some encounters are hard to dismiss, especially for those who experience them. One such account comes from the 1940s in rural Maine, near a cold, remote body of water called Medibumps Lake. Local Passamaquoddy legends state that a hungry giant prowls that area. They call it the Kawakwa, or sometimes the Medibumps Howler, a creature with thick black hair and a taste for fish, and for unwary children. Skeptics might label it a mere Bigfoot, but the indigenous families in the region knew the old stories of the CHENOO and believed something of that ilk haunted those woods. On a late summer evening in 1942, two young sisters from a nearby town accompanied their parents on a fishing trip to Medibumps Lake. The family set up camp, and the girls, ages 9 and 11, spent the day happily fishing from a small rocky island not far from the shore. Come nightfall, their parents, who were on the mainland by the fire, signalled for the girls to paddle back. The sisters were gathering up their catch when across the starlit lake there echoed a strange sound, unlike anything they'd heard before. A howling, mournful song, as if a voice were carrying a tune through a throat full of gravel. It was eerily melodious, like someone with a husky voice singing, the girls later described. The haunting melody wafted over the dark water. The older girl hesitantly called out, thinking it might be their mother or another person calling, but the only reply was a low, resonant growl that rose into another chilling howl. Frightened, the sisters hastily threw their fish stringer over a shoulder and began clambering into their canoe. Just then came the sound of heavy splashes, as if something enormous was crossing the shallow channel by foot. In the dim moonlight, the girls saw trees swaying on the nearby shoreline and a large shape moving. By the time they had pushed off and paddled frantically halfway to the main shore, two towering figures emerged onto the rock they had just vacated. In the faint illumination of the camp lantern on land, the sisters got a good look. They later swore the intruders were a pair of hair-covered giants, huge, shaggy humanoids, at least 8 feet tall, with long arms and eyes that glowed red in the reflection of the moon. These giants made no sound. They simply stood and stared at the departing canoe. One of them bent down and picked up the stringer of fish the girls had left behind. With casual ease, it lifted the whole catch, several good-sized bass, and draped the fish over its shoulder. The second creature let out a grunt that could have been a laugh. Then both slowly turned and melted back into the tree line, vanishing as silently as they had appeared. The girls reached their family's camp, shaken and hysterical. Between sobs, they blurted out what they had seen. Their parents were confused and alarmed. In the days that followed, word spread among the local community about the encounter on the island. Some neighbours smirked that it must have been a tall tale or maybe a prank by some woodsmen. But the elders of the Passamaquoddy who heard the story took it seriously. It quietly told the parents that the girls had likely crossed paths with the CHENOO of those woods, the Medibemps howler as they called it. Stealing freshly caught fish was very much in character for this creature. Known to be insatiably hungry, yet sometimes oddly playful in tormenting its victims. And thankfully, in this case, it seemed content just to rob the catch, rather than the children. Hearing this, the parents kept a closer watch on their daughters, and chose thereafter to fish closer to home. As for the sisters, they never forgot the sight of those giant shadowy figures on the island. Decades later, one of them recalled that the sound of that singing howl still drifted in her dreams, a reminder that something uncanny had brushed against her life that night. Local folklore around Medibemps Lake continues to reference strange occurrences, echoing howls on cold nights or occasional reports of enormous human-like tracks appearing along the rocky shores when the lake freezes over. The forest around the lake is vast and dark, little changed by time. Easy to believe that an ancient cannibal spirit could still wander there. No bodies, no proof. Only the whispers of the woods and the recollections of those who claim to have seen something huge, hungry, and not quite human. The CHENOO, it seems, is not just a creature of legend, safely confined to the past. For some, it remains a very real possibility on long winter nights in the north. As one old Passamaquoddy fisherman muttered when asked about the howler, "If you're wise, you leave a bit of your catch behind when you fish, Medibemps. Keeps him fed and off your trail."
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction. But there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
A lot of supplement brands chase trends, but if you're serious about your health, we know research-backed science is what actually moves the needle. Momentous works with the best brains in human science to create every formula, and every batch is made of pure ingredients, tested for safety, and does not contain fillers. So you get the best long-term results possible. Creatine isn't just for muscle gains, it's essential daily fuel for your brain, body, and long-term performance. Momentous CreaPure Creatine is backed by leading performance experts like Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Stacy Sims. Sourced exclusively in Germany, CreaPure sets the gold standard for creatine, delivering the purest form, creatine monohydrate, that's rigorously washed and never cut with fillers. With over 2,000 5-star reviews, over 112,000 customers have seen the results firsthand. With Momentous, the fundamentals are done right. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first subscription order with promo code ACAST. Go to livemomentous.com and use promo code ACAST for up to 35% off your first subscription order. That's livemomentous.com, promo code ACAST.
The people were shorter back then as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, apart from that one tall geezer.
One tall geezer. Just the one, was it?
Yeah.
I'm sure they
He was
must...
like famous for being tall.
Oh, what, from the Bible?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
He's just a tall geezer.
That tall geezer.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some of them must have been big, because you had your warriors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And female.
Well, I don't mean like, I just think everybody were shorter back then.
Yeah.
Apart from the one tall geezer.
Apart from that, just one tall geezer.
Yeah.
And he ruled. He ruled the place.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. But interesting, isn't it, to have these creatures? And I think next week on the classic ghost story, I'm going to do an equivalent to like the Wendigo, CHENOO, etc., but kind of Britain's equivalent to that, because we have got one. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to, because it's going to be a surprise.
Yeah, man. Well, that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed and we'll catch up with you again soon.
We will indeed. I'll catch you on the weekend for the After Dark episodes. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the latest phone with a new line on My Plan and a brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed, even on our lowest price plan. That's 2 gifts for your family and 1 for you. Or 2 for you and 1 for someone else. Or 3 gifts for you and only you. Either way, you save big on 3 amazing gifts at Verizon. All on the best 5G network. Visit Verizon today. Rankings based on Root Metric Truth Score report dated 1/2025. Your results may vary. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Additional terms apply.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction. But there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Did you know 39% of teen drivers admit to texting while driving? Even scarier, those who text are more likely to speed and run red lights. Shockingly, 94% know it's dangerous but do it anyway. As a parent, you can't always be in the car, but you can stay connected to their safety with Greenlight Infinity's driving reports. Monitor their driving habits, see if they're using their phone, speeding, and more. These reports provide real data for meaningful conversations about safety. Plus, with weekly updates, you can track their progress over time. Help keep your teens safe. Sign up for Greenlight Infinity at greenlight.com/podcast.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.